And a very good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Apex Brotherhood live stream. I'm Scott Callahan, Sigma FX Trading. Nice to have you here on a Wednesday morning, Wednesday the 13th of May 2026. It's just gone 8 o'clock and it is the date. Yeah, we've got that. Wednesday the 13th of May. Nice. So, how's your trading been? If you're in the chat, drop me a comment. Let me know what you've been doing, what you're trading today, what's looking good, or what else you've been up to. Let's have a bit of a laugh too, because that's what Apex Brotherhood is all about. A bit of camaraderie and connection with like-minded people who have got lots of things in common. The main things being... Oh, I'm going to turn the music down. I've made that error again. There we go. Hopefully that's better. And we can get all excited. Hopefully we're not playing the rock music again. Yeah, don't seem to have the rock intro on. Bit much. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. I do like it. I do like it. So, good morning to Evan. He's just confirming that the music is loud. Not as professional as you, Evan. Good to see you back. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Looking forward to having you back in the stream. Once you're fully recuperated, and good to see you. Good to see you that you're up and joining us this morning. So yeah, the music should be down now. Should be, but still loud. Let me know. We'll get there eventually with this streaming mastery that I'm trying to accomplish here. So what's been happening? What has been happening with myself? I've pretty much had a week or so off trading. Went on a little bit of tilt when I started the new Apex account, so we're still in that drawdown on the 100 to 1000 challenge. However, in the background, William Davies, our co-founder, is smashing it. He's making lots of nice profits. 50 cal sitting out for a couple of weeks. Evan is his bot's doing a little bit of recovery, but he's been off the charts as well. And we had, who else did we have joined us? Bailey Brace on the Discord. He's also joined us in the, it's not a competition, I keep calling it a competition, the 100 to 1000 challenge, growing that account 900%. Now, do you agree? Is it 900%? It is, but I always thought it would be 1000%, but that would be starting at 1. So starting at 100 and go to 1000 is 900%. That doesn't seem 100 times 10 being 900% increase. But it is. It is. It just is. That's the maths. You don't have to be a mathematician to be a trader, thankfully. But you have to be disciplined. You have to stick to your rules. You have to be patient. Which is... That brings me to a point that was brought up by one of my good trading friends this week about how to make trading the thing in your life that's going to change your life by providing that income, by providing that consistent income. It doesn't have to be consistent every day, or does it? You know, some days, another good trading friend of mine actually posted something yesterday saying, you know, some weeks might be $850, or months might be $850. Some months might be $5,000. The markets don't allow you to take a set amount, unless you set that amount and have a big amount to trade with and trade small enough to just stop. You know, there's arguments for it all. I'm not explaining this well, but good morning, MGN Thalantier. Greetings all the way from Scotland to South Africa. Good to see you this morning. Welcome to the stream. We're I don't know, I missed poker night on Friday, but we did get a chance to catch up on Friday, which in the morning nobody was trading, so we all had a bit of downtime. It was non-farm payroll, just was about to kick off, and it was the weekend coming up, and it was another heavy week on news and movement and volatility and oil and wars, Trump, all upsetting the market. So what we did do is we went online and we had a game of Repo on Steam. So I didn't have Steam. I'm not really a big online gamer, to be honest, as you may have noticed in the quality of my gameplay. I was basically just kept getting blown up, eaten by monsters, and trying to hide in the middle of the floor just by crouching. It's not a very successful tactic, I've got to say, but I can recommend Repo. I can recommend joining the Apex Brotherhood, get into the Discord, join the community, and you end up doing crazy things. But that brings me back to the point I was making on progress and patience and a fast route to success or a slow route to success. You know, in fact, today I posted on the daily quotes, if I can find them here. I'm not finding them. Daily quotes. So this was the quote of the day today, just on the Apex Brotherhood. Elon Musk's philosophy for massive growth is to stop being patient and ask yourself, how do I accomplish my 10-year plan in 6 months? This approach is designed to force immense urgency, intense focus, and radical prioritization, ensuring that even if you fail, you will be much further ahead than if you took the full decade. Now, that doesn't mean, if you're a trader, that you would just go all in, full margin, to try and achieve your goals in trading, because you're going to blow your account. What it does mean, though, is you do everything possible to try to grow your account and increase your discipline, make the best version of yourself that can also achieve consistency through, journaling, through following your plan, through testing your edge and making sure that it's maintaining its performance, joining the Brotherhood, working on your fitness. It's doing all these things with intensity, and the results will follow. Process over profit. In fact, if you go back and watch the boardroom broadcast that Will did on Monday morning, he touches on that and he speaks about that process over profit being effectively. So I'll get Repo off my screen, and we'll have a quick look at the news, and then I believe William is going to be joining us this morning. So let's have a look at the quick look at the news. Let's get Repo done. Let's get that moved. Let's get the news on, and we'll move over to our news window. I believe that's it now. Okay, welcome to the Apex Brotherhood. Breaking news this morning. On the economic calendar, we have already had Australian news at 2:30 a.m. London time, and quiet news day today. However, a couple of big ones. We've got US news, 1:30 p.m. London time, and that is core PPI. And PPI month on month, that'll be very important news to judge the American economy. We also have Trump travelling to Beijing. Is that correct? China, anyway, to meet Xi Jinping, the Chinese premier, and he's currently on Air Force One en route. So he's been quiet on the truths, but just having a quick look at the Donald Trump truths. A bit of AI generated. I don't think is that a Reaper drone? I don't think they need to get that close to these AI generated boats. And the boats the Iranian Navy have got left are a little bit smaller than that, but yeah. Mostly from Trump, we've got a lot of posting about the midterms and who he's supporting in the midterm elections to get his party across the line. Apologise for all the jumping around here, but yeah, that's what he's been truthing overnight. Just a little bit about CNBC, just his war with the mainstream media that are not pro-Trump message. That's all these, as I say, support endorsements that are a little bit about the reflecting pool. Reflecting pool was kind of black. Was it black marble? So you could see the reflection of all the things just to reflect, but it had a terrible leak. I think it was billions of litres a year it leaks, but they're basically putting a swimming pool lining over it to make it look more like a resort pool from a Las Vegas 5-star resort. There's Trump. 51st state, so we've got a bit about Venezuela there, South America being the 51st state of America. The oil price will now be high enough for US firms to jump in there and make good profits if they want to upgrade the infrastructure there, which wasn't making sense. The sums weren't adding up when they were offered that at the beginning of the year. We've had a couple of wars since, and that's pushed the oil price higher, making it very convenient that the US oil firms can now go in. The petrodollar speaks. Fake news. Just Trump again being unhappy about news that reflects that Iran is winning the war as opposed to the United States. But nothing of significance that's going to jump the market. First squawk, although the China news today might change that. Into first squawk, there's nothing coming up. It's just general stuff about the Israel-Lebanon war, Turkey, etc. Nothing that's going to significantly change anything that's come up in the last hour or so. Okay, so that is all the news for today. I will go back to my screen share on this. We will turn the news off. Hopefully I will just put on my presenter window, and there I am. That's me. So I'll just start the other music and we'll continue the stream. So I hope you're all having a good day today. Who else is in the chat? Let's have a quick look and see who else has joined us. We have Jay Blogs. Good morning, Jay. Nice to see you. I hope the weather out in Vietnam is doing you well, and that you're having a great time. Hope the trading's going well as well, mate. Look forward to catching up later in the week. We've got an update from MGN. Oh, I'm bringing it up now. So MGN has the... Oh, yeah, sorry. Keep pressing the button. I've got Evan's clicky finger this morning. Just pressing the buttons. So MGN saying no poker night on Friday. Not enough people to join. So sometimes happens, but often that results in just a good chat for a couple of hours. Chill out on a Friday. I think this Friday as well is poker night. I'm not going to make this Friday. I don't think. I've got kids to run to different places today on Friday. So I believe we have our founder in the background. So we've got William Davies. So just when he's ready to come in, we'll look forward to welcoming Will this morning. I've not streamed with Will before, so it's an absolute pleasure.
No.
Good morning, mate.
Hello there, everybody. How are we doing? What's good, my man?
It's all good. It's all good.
Awesome.
As usual, I feel a little bit unprepared for today, but I've somehow managed to speak for 15 minutes already.
Smashing it, mate. Absolutely smashing it. What was I joined into the lobby, into the background. Why was I watching Repo? What was what was that about?
I was just telling everyone how it was a quiet Friday morning, and a relatively sunny Scotland. Not much was happening in the markets. I was nervous of non-farm coming up, and all of a sudden these degenerates that I somehow know from Discord and the Apex Brotherhood started talking about Repo. So I quickly downloaded Steam. Quick purchase of Repo. It was only $6 or £5 or something like that. Got that uploaded, made my character, and 30 minutes later I was making an absolute fool of myself trying to keep up with the younguns.
Good fun, mate. Yeah,
It was good fun. It was great fun.
Yeah, I'm not a big gamer, but to be fair, you know, some of the guys in the Discord, they do love their gaming, and yeah, dude, Reaper is a lot of fun. It's the sort of thing you can chill, not take too seriously, and you know, have a good play about. So yeah, it was good. It's like we had our poker night or like our games night. It was almost like we had games night on sort of like Friday afternoon. So it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. I remember saying to you, I was like, dude, I didn't know you had Steam. You're like, I did. What did you say? I didn't until 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was just quickly downloaded. I thought, why not? I've got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not distract myself with something to do on a Friday mid morning? And it went. I ended up chatting to Richard Butler for a good hour after everyone else went away as well. We just chewed the fat on some chat back to trading. It was actually, to be fair. So
lovely.
It was good. It was good. I really enjoyed our night. It helped me relax into the weekend. Nice.
Yeah, of course, man. That's the whole point in the games night. You know, the games night is to end the week. You know, as traders, we work so hard, so it's good to have that sort of relax at the end of the week. Just take things chill. I just saw MGN's comment as well. You know, seeing that not enough people joined last week for Poker Night. Apologies, I didn't join either. I did end up hopping in later on, but that was quite late that evening. Because it's obviously summer, Poker Night on the Friday night's usually like a winter thing. You know, sort of evenings close in around 5-6 o'clock. So usually 6-7 o'clock we can all jump in and have a poker night. Whereas summer, people are in beer gardens, people are going out and, you know, enjoying the most of the extended sun. So yeah, it's understandable. So that's why usually it's just a case of, if you're free, hop in and just play some games with the guys, you know. So it's still a pretty chill vibe, even if we only do poker night for like an hour on a Friday night now, instead of 4.
Yeah, it has got quite messy a couple of times and depending on what time zone people are in, you know.
Yeah.
Some people in Australia, you were in Hong Kong, and it was like 4 or 5 in the morning. Some crazy hours getting put in. That's
yeah, bonkers. I remember LJ from the Fivers was in until like 6-7 o'clock one morning. I was in Hong Kong up until like 4-5 in the morning, and it was just, yeah, dude, it was messy. It was crazy. A couple of drinks, you know, some cigars, some poker, different time zones. A lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. But anyway, what you seen in the markets today, man? What's news?
To be honest, I have not looked at Forex for the last week. My friend Jay, who had said good morning earlier.
Oh yeah, I see. Morning, Jay.
We keep each other accountable in trading, so I've committed to being better at my journaling. So I've slowed right down until my journal is in a position that it is keeping me accountable as well, whilst you know, a weekly check-in might reveal what's happened over the week, but the journal is a kind of real-time, or for me, I want it to be a real-time journal, as in I can look at my journal in the moment as well, almost like a live trading journal, which also keeps itself as a record. So
yeah, that makes sense. And Jay, are you in the Discord? I don't believe you are. I don't recognize you. Jay, get yourself in the Discord, my man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, we like to keep ourselves accountable in the Discord, so make sure you get yourself in the Discord, and you can keep your buddy Scott accountable in there as well. But yeah,
so,
do that.
Other than that, I did have a look at gold yesterday. I've decided to separate out my Forex, my gold, and my Bitcoin. So I've got 3 separate accounts now to trade.
Okay, nice.
To trade each of these. So I had a good day on gold, and then I broke even towards the end of the day. Saw what it was doing, changed my approach, and I'm back in profit again. So it was a little bit too swinging for the fences for my liking.
Fair.
I didn't I didn't revise what I was doing, and that resulted in the break even. But it's sitting with nice on the 100,000. It's $100,000 demo account basically, and it's sitting at $850 profit on the day. So I'm good. I've not looked at it since, so I've just closed them out to get a fresh view this morning.
Lovely. Yeah, lovely, mate. Lovely stuff. Journaling is one of those things, you know, a lot of people don't like journaling. It is boring. However, it's one of those things that you must do, not only to build your own confidence, it helps you look back. So it's one of those super important things. I love journaling. It's probably one of the first things I actually developed so Apex Brotherhood used to be the trading space years ago. And it used to be, you know, my trading company that, you know, me and a few boys used to trade in. Nothing too big. It was super small. And, you know, that was the first thing that we worked on, was a trading journal, all of us guys in there together. And yeah, it was something that we realized that was holding us back, was the lack of journaling and not having that ability to understand what was going on in your trade, and not having the ability to look into the finer details. Like, anyone can place a trade, anyone can hit TP, stop loss, anyone can trade. But if you want to refine your trading and really take it to the next level and start doing well, you no different to how a rugby player, a football player, an F1 driver, no different to how all these athletes and sports people, they record their games, they record their plays, their drives, and what they're able to do, they're actually able to analyze and look back and say, right, well, what's going on there? How can I improve? And journaling gives you the exact same opportunity to do so in your trading. You know, so what you can look back and say, could I have gotten a better entry? How did I feel emotionally? What was wrong with my stop loss? Why did I get stopped out? Or why did I get TP'd? Could I extended the TP? You know, so it gives you more ammunition and more reason to look at back testing and improving and refining an edge. So journaling's awesome, man.
Yeah, the data and the analysis is all important to have, because it's easy to kid yourself on in your mind if you weren't to journal and think, yeah, that went okay, and give yourself false reasons for why something worked or why something didn't work. But if the data, the actual raw numbers and figures, you know, that's irrefutable. If that's written down, then that gives you something to say, no, that's actually what happened. And AI nowadays could probably pull that data out and tell you even more than what you could see yourself. But for me, journaling at the moment is also about making sure my rules have been followed. Because I believe I'm following my rules all the time if I don't journal. But often when you go back and review and you say, well, actually, why did that entry get taken? Because the rules no longer applied at that point, and all I'm trying to do is make what was working before work, even though it's not anymore, instead of changing the approach and getting out. You know, sometimes it is a case of things have moved in completely the wrong direction and you should be trading the other way. Instead, you're trying to manage out a bad position, and it would in effect be better to close it and reverse your idea, which is a brave decision to make, because that's you admitting that you were fully wrong, or are fully wrong now. You might not have been at the time, but yeah.
Dude, it's a difficult decision to make as well. You know, it's tough. It's a hard decision, and those who are able to make the decision, those who are able to accept potentially they're wrong, or accept that what they're doing isn't optimal, and to refine it and change it, then, you know, it's a skill in itself. It's a skill to have. But it is difficult, and journaling almost holds that mirror up to you. You know, like trading holds a mirror up. But trading is one of those mirrors that sometimes just tell you, maybe exaggerate the information. Like, you can look at yourself in the mirror and go, ooh, I'm fat. You know, I've put on a lot of weight here. However, you look at it and you're in a bit of denial. You're like, you know what? No, I'm not fat. I don't care. You know, I'm not fat. This is just a bad mirror. And then you jump on the scales, and then the scales are also telling you you're heavy. You know, trading is like that mirror. It holds that mirror up to you, whereas the scales are like the journal. The journal just confirms what the trading is telling you. And then what you're able to do, you're able to put them both together and go, right, I'm clearly overweight from looking, and I'm clearly overweight when it comes to my mass as well. What can I do? You know, and by working with these two confluences, you're able to start saying, right, okay, how can I actually improve my trading? And that's where you take, like you just said, you take the information from your journal.
Absolutely. And I've got to say, it's my camera that's making me look overweight. No, to be honest.
Yeah. I was talking about these chubby cheeks going on over here. Like, god damn.
To be honest, I'm now 8 days. This will be day 9 of my restricted window eating.
Oh, nice. Consistently as well.
I've got to confess, last night I was having some difficulties with my son, and I'm going to blame that conversation that we had last night, and there was a 4th chocolate ice lolly left over, so the three kids got one each, and I had a chocolate ice lolly, but that is the only sugar and carbohydrates that have passed my lips in 8 days. This is day 9, so we're back to successful diet. I say dieting. It's healthy eating, and it's for a limited time.
Mate, I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of people struggle when it comes to dieting because they hold themselves too strict. You know, me and my brother are big advocates of this, and Ewan Davis is the co-founder of Apex Brotherhood, and he's an online coach, personal trainer. And he talks about having, and if you guys have seen him, I don't know if you go onto Instagram, go onto Ewan Davis Fitness, or you'll see him on the Apex Brotherhood web channel on Instagram. Now, if you look at Ewan, he is built like a Greek statue. He'll still have a beer, he'll still have a pizza with a cheese stuffed crust. He'll still have garbage food now and then. It's not about staying strict, it's about moderation. And like you just said, Scott, if you're an active-ish person anyway, like you're a naturally active person, an ice lolly once every now and then isn't going to kill you.
Exactly. You can't fully deprive yourself. What fun is there in life,
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, literally. So, don't ever make yourself feel guilty, like, oh my god, I've stuck strict to a diet for 8 days. I now feel like an idiot for having an ice lolly. Bro, love the fact that you've had an ice lolly. Be like, yeah, that was a yummy. As long as you're not going to go buy a box and devour all 4.
That was 2 weeks ago. I did that. That was the final straw. That was the final straw that led to this diet. Was the 4 ice lollies in a day, and the packet and a half of wagon wheels over the weekend. Okay,
I'll you know what? I'll rate the wagon wheels. But you said you like the jam ones, and I couldn't get on board with you there.
Oh, it's got to be the jammy wagon wheels.
Got to be an original wagon wheel.
So we're 2 weeks in. I already feel like I've lost 1 chin at least. And if you want to look back the stream, the face has definitely slimmed down slightly in the 8 days. But I'm going to continue the strict regime probably until the end of June. I said probably. I spent last stream on Friday trying not to say the word probably. I will be sticking to this until the end of June. And then I'll introduce, like you say, the stuffed crust pizzas, back to alcohol as well. I've not had any alcohol for
it's just moderation.
6 weeks.
Just moderation. Like me and my brother will do like a 72-hour fast once a quarter, and that 72-hour fast is the only time we're super strict with ourselves. And people will look at us, and to be fair, we will, however, we'll have no sugar, like no processed sugar, no sweets, no chocolate, nothing like that. And it's not because we've been on a strict diet, we're just genuinely trying to cut it out. And it's same with butters, unnatural, anything with like rapeseed oil and palmer oil in it. We're avoiding that. We want like proper organic bread. We want proper organic butter, proper organic meat, no processed meat, nothing like that. That's not us being on a strict diet. That's us trying to change our diet. It's us trying to change our lifestyle. So that feels like you're being strict, but we're not. It's not going to be a case of we're going to stick on this till June. That's us forever. You know, we're going to stick on that for life. When it comes to a diet, you don't want to stick on it for too long. You know, 2 to 4 weeks max on a diet. Otherwise, you start feeling crap. You start struggling a little bit. You start just finding the mundane in it. You know, you start being bored of it. Whereas if you can keep it sharp, you know, ship sharp, you know, 4 weeks, super clean eating. And then before you realize, like 4 weeks of super clean eating, even when you start adding junk food back or when you start adding crap food back, you start craving it less. So that diet is almost, or that strict eating diet like you're doing now, it's almost like the entry to a better eating in the future. Because now you'll probably never have a pack and a half of wagon wheels again. You'd be like, no, you know, no, this is bad for me. I'm going to have half a pack, you know, cut an entire pack.
I've actually already lost the craving. I'm not thinking, you know, I'm not automatically just picking up crisps and picking up biscuits and eating them. You know, already I can have a tangerine or an apple and really appreciate how tasty an apple is. Whereas if you're allowing yourself to eat 8 wagon wheels, then an apple has no attraction whatsoever. But now I'd love an apple. It's fantastic. It's
like
such a
me
reward.
and you and spend more in fruit than we've ever spent on alcohol in a week. You know, we'll go down to the local butcher, grab some mince, locally sourced mince as well. We need to know exactly which farm it came from, because you know we've become that guy apparently. And then we'll go to the local sort of farm shop and get some fruit. You know, we'll get some fruit and we'll fill our fruit bowl full of fruit. And instead of having sweets or chocolate or biscuits with a coffee, we'll have some lunch, and we'll actually have some fruit now instead. And okay, maybe I'll have like 2 or 3 tangerines or like 1 or 2 kiwis or something. But it's better than having, like, I used to love those Moams, those pinballs. Oh mate, sweets. I have a real sweet tooth when it comes to like sour sweets, and every now and then I will have 1 or 2 sour sweets. So on the family business where Ewan goes in and helps out as well. So I'll pop in and see how everyone's getting on. I'll be, hey guys, you know, I'm having a couple hours off trading. What's news? And one of the guys have like a tin of sweets, and every time I see him, I'm like, oh, I want a sweetie. So, you know, and I'll treat myself to a sweet now and then, because it's not about completely cutting it out. It's about moderations. And you'll find that being a trader, I think you're muted.
Yeah, sorry, I was just saying goodbye to my daughter. She's off to school.
Oh, fair. Oh, apologies. Yeah. So, like, what you'll find as well is being a trader correlates completely with this. You know, you'll end up trying to improve your life outside of trading by just starting trading. And it's unbelievable. And I see it on social media a lot as well. And I don't mean the gurus. The gurus don't talk about this. I mean the people who are just starting out in their trading, or maybe they're just getting profitable. And they'll post on social media and they'll talk about how they got into trading to become a trader and to become a profitable trader. Now they're in trading to not only become a profitable trader, but to be a healthier version of themselves, a fitter version of themselves, a psychologically better version of themselves in every single way, shape, and form. So trading improves you drastically in all sort of realms of life.
Yeah, I think everything has got like is a symbiosis where fitness, healthy, and trading and mindset and psychology they're all interrelated.
Yeah, well, that's why we do what we do at the Brotherhood. In fact, if I can bring let me see if I can do this. Let me see if this will work.
Just while you're doing that, I'll quickly say hello to Martin 15. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Martin. Good to see you this morning. Remember to like and subscribe, everybody.
There you go. So as you can see here, guys, you know, we got fitness, trading, and lifestyle. That is what the Brotherhood is. It's fitness. You know, you got to keep fit. You got to stay healthy. It's trading. You know, obviously we're traders. This is how we earn. This is how we make our money. And it's lifestyle. It's about having that good psychology. You know, that appreciation, that gratitude in life. So it's all correlating with each other.
Absolutely. We've got Evan in this morning as well. Evan saying that he did not journal until he found that he could make my journal fill itself out, like he posted in the thing in the Discord. So yeah, Evan's got like a dashboard style thing that he coded himself that's linked directly to his trading view or whatever C-Trader platform, which is absolutely fantastic. It's still under development. It looks like the sort of thing he could sell one day, so keep an eye out for Evan's trading dashboard, the Rebel Trader. We've got Ilias in this morning. Welcome, Ilias, in the Wilds Trades. Scott, you look great. Thank you very much, Ilias. Appreciated. Will looks like he needs to hit the gym, though. His arms are too small. Morning, lads.
They actually are.
That's looking alright. Those guns are looking good.
Oh, man, I lost a lot of muscle over Hong Kong, and I put on a lot of fat. So I've got you and training me 1-to-1 and just sort of sorting my guns out. You know, reloading, giving it some kick.
Yeah. That's probably got us shadow banned on YouTube. I don't think we can say things like that out of context.
Yeah, fair. That's fine. We're not going to monetize it.
We're not monetized anyway. So Pulley, good to see you this morning, Pulley. The day would not be complete without Pulley in to make some comments. I think that's towards Will, so I was just thinking the same. So just about
sounds about
inadequate arms. And Evan's telling us that he likes Haribo Tang Fast Sticks. See, I don't like any sweets like that. Your Moams as well. Yeah. I'm a chocolate man.
Nah, I'm not a chalky guy. The missus is. My partner loves her chocolate, and she's a proper chocolate girl, you know.
You know, things like M&Ms and Smarties. I like that combination.
Yeah, okay,
Not sweet, tangy, fruity, sucky sweets. Nothing like that.
Yeah, fair. I get you. M&Ms. You know. Yeah, I could.
Some even Maltesers. I used to like a Malteser.
Yeah, I brought those to poker night in Hong Kong. I had a couple of beers and like 2 packs of Maltesers I just binged through. That and beef jerky.
yeah, I do like beef jerky, although that's banned for me just now. That would count as ultra processed.
Oh god, yeah.
Preservatives and that, you know. So
like
I'm only eating.
Was garbage.
What did you say there? Sorry.
I said, like, things with beef jerky, like, it's, like you said, it's ultra processed, like 2% beef, the rest was ultra garbage.
Yeah, I almost bought a packet the other day because I thought, oh, meat, but then I was like, no, I'll stick to just roasting chicken and having roasting chicken thighs. Oh, can't beat it. A roast chicken thigh.
Yeah, it's not meat, mate. It's not meat. As much as we'd all love to believe it is.
Yeah, and I think nitrates have got a bad rep as well, you know. Just as you were saying, you know, you're eating, you know, grass-fed butter and avoiding any corn oil, seed oils, you know, and things, all things that naturally your body over time since caveman times is not able to process properly because they couldn't make seed oils back in those days. So evolution of the human gut and the human body is not caught up with all the processed foods that we put into ourselves.
Even with vegetables, I'm trying to lower my my intake when it comes to vegetables. I'm trying to keep to fruit, seeds, berries, and meat. And that's what I'm trying to stick around as a main diet. And then obviously, look, you know, I'm not gonna say like super strict to that, but I you know, that's what I want to head down into. And then obviously I'll still have my, you know, my veggies, you know, my bread, my carbs, and, you know, stuff like that. I date an Asian girl, so it's almost impossible to avoid noodles. So yeah, I will still be munching my noodles.
Pooley's saying he likes his Maltesers in the fridge for an hour.
True that.
It's a good tactic. It's a good tactic.
That's good. That.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a half melted Malteser.
Yeah, oh god, no, screw that. Anyway, minstrels though. Minstrels,
yeah.
Minstrels and Maltesers are beaut. Yeah, minstrels are bang on. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. I'm gonna have to pop off. Scott, thank you very much for having me on, and I'll see you tomorrow, mate. I may try and pop on tomorrow as well with you.
No, that's appreciated. Thanks
Yeah,
very much. Nice to see you,
yeah,
Will.
yeah. I had a super early gym session this morning, so I thought, you know what, super early gym session, that calls for the ability to have a pop into the Brotherhood live stream, see how you guys are getting on. So, guys, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, make sure you share the channel, and make sure that you ask this awesome guy some questions as well. Get interactive with him. And yeah, guys, make sure you join the Discord. The link is in the description below. So get yourself in there. But in the meantime, guys, peace.
Cheers. Nice to see you. Right, that was good. That was good. It was good to have a little bit of company this morning. So I am going to quickly have a look at the charts because we've not really looked at any trading this morning. And we'll have a look at Eurodollar first, unless anybody else would like to have a look at anything in particular. Drop a mention in the chat, and we've still got a good 20 minutes before 9 o'clock, and I'm going to pop off then and start my journaling properly. One thing I am going to do is stop sitting on the charts all the time, although having said that, yesterday I was scalping gold and attention to the chart is required. So it depends on the style of trading you're trying to adopt for the day. But looking at the rest of the charts and my Forex trading, I'm going to try to go down to just an hourly check to see is everything, just that hourly check to see if everything is lining up and still doing what was in the original trade idea or is forming to make the trade happen. And just take that hourly decision to stay in, or get out. So that's the three tactics and tacks that you can take. So Eurodollar, let's have a look. Let's find my cursor. Where's my cursor? It's disappeared into another screen. There it is. Okay, so we've got Eurodollar, just confirm, yeah, Eurodollar on the 4 hour this is. So nice big push down there on this candle on the 4 hours, that's bearing in mind. So it's been pushing down. Now what time would that candle be? It says 8 o'clock, but the time is probably out with European time. So yeah, it's saying 10 o'clock, so that would be the 6 o'clock candle on the 4 hour. So 6 AM London time candle. But yeah, big push down, so we can see we've got momentum to the downside. It's bouncing off support 1 on the 4 hour here into this fair value gap, which is also at the, where are we here? Is that a fair value gap? Or is that the CPR low? Sorry, I'm talking quietly. So it's on the daily low just now, or it's creating the daily low just now. So it's broken this low here. The volley is starting to open up, so it's providing a more momentum to this already achieved down move here on the 4 hour. Can it go lower? Well, of course it can. There's another low here, which over to the 5th of May, so a week or so ago, which also lines up with this here. Is it likely to go there today, or is it likely to relax back up to here? That's the question we need to ask ourselves, because that is a bounce point, but we do have momentum. But the momentum could still continue even with that reversal up to there, because we're looking at a big time frame chart and continue down into here. I think that's ultimately what it wants to do. Can I draw a line to, can I draw a line? Let's have a look, see if I can draw a line. Now I know that some of the things I was, yeah, there it is. Some of the things I was looking at the other day when I was drawing on the chart wasn't letting me draw on the chart. Let's see if I can do it today. Let's see what size these are. Oh yeah, so, oh, you can't see that arrow. Yeah, sorry, can't see the arrows when I draw them. Must just be the way I'm sharing the window. I'll see if I can just draw the lines instead. Oh, that's the same. Bear with me. Back to the screen. Got arrows everywhere now that you can't see. Yeah, so we'll be looking to go maybe to there. That's not one to disappear now. and down to there, and ultimately down into there perhaps. That's a kind of possibility. Let's have a look and see what it's doing in the lower time frames. Get rid of this. Get rid of the arrows that you can't see that I can. Yeah, nice push to the downside over the last hour and a half-ish. Just bouncing right off that support there. But the ball is opening up. They've definitely got the momentum. The momentum's been from here. Or the move's been from here. It does look like it's more likely to want to go to the downside rather than retake this extreme of the ADR here and have another shot at this high. It wants to go down, but what's going to make it break through this support and continue down to the low here? Maybe looking at 40 pips to the downside. Yeah, it's possible, but I would be waiting to see with certainty what it's going to do at this level before committing to that. Just having a look at the MACD and RSI, just back to the 4 hour. Yeah, we're certainly down on the H4, sorry, on the H1. We're turning down. We're in oversold territory, so again, that's just confirming that we might get this bounce that we're talking about, but it wants to go down. So I think we're looking for shorts. But what's the lower time frames doing? Let's have a look at the 15. Right, there's the bounce. There's the bounce that we're likely to get. So if we see here, we're on the support right on it. We've got our daily low down to here on the support. It could still have a little foray into here, into this fair value gap here. But I think what we're more likely to get is a move or the bounce back up into here. That's more likely than back up to here. That's too far. And if we do get a bounce there, that would give us our entry. So I think we'll wait on that. It's too early to call. And then look to trade it down into there. So the 4 hours down, the hour's down, the 15 is down, but probably turning. That would be consistent with this support level. Where's it turning to? There. So we'll set an alert on here so that we can make a decision once it gets back to there. Are we going to trade it back to there? Not yet. Not yet, because it's going against the two time frames immediately higher than that. If you were a lower time frame trader trading the M1, M5 and M15, you might get a retrace. In fact, you know, that is still a nice trade. Potentially 15 pips. 15 pips till it bounces off the middle of the volley. Continues the down move. It would still be down. It would still keep it down on the hour and the 4 and then down to here. So that's what I'd be looking for on the euro dollar. So I've got my alert set. I'm going to be overly cautious and let it get back to this fair value gap. Maybe a retest of this high here. It's failed to take that high. It's failed to take that high. It's lower highs. So it's gone down. Let's just wait and see what it does. It's still only 10 to 9, so wait on the 9 o'clock candle forming and then see what it does over that hour between 9 and 10 would be the sensible way to do it. Just a reminder, it is Wednesday the 13th of May 2026. This is the Apex Brotherhood live stream. I'm Scott Callahan, Sigma FX Trading. Good to have you here today. Do drop a comment in the comments. In the comments, yeah. So Evan is saying that even a gold trade for over 5 hours was good to go at staying in. Was a good to go at staying in. Well done. Or at least Sentinel was in a gold trade. Well done, Sentinel. Sentinel smashing it. Evan saying, Scott, drawing a line, huh? It's a thin blue one, yeah. It's a thin blue line, all right. Yeah, I think for the likes of Trade, what's that? What's the one that everyone uses? The trading platform that everyone copies from. It's not MT5, the other one. Yeah, the one that you can pay a subscription to. I can't remember. What is wrong with my brain this morning? That's better for drawing lines and things, I've got to say. Unfortunately with MT5 they all move about when you swap time frames and things. It's a bit of a pest. And the on-screen drawer that I use moves around as well. It's when the screen moves it doesn't move either. TradingView, of course. TradingView. I've got TradingView, but I don't use it. I just stick to MT5. I'm already a dinosaur in this industry. Only been in it 3 years or so, 4 years maybe. No way, it is as well. Haha, what a guess. Right, okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Evan, but I've lost the thread of my thoughts. But we'll have a look at something else. Anyone else for any other asset to be looked at this morning? In general, I'm only trading Forex, gold, and kind of starting off on that. And Bitcoin, I'm only starting off on that. We can have a look at gold actually. We've got 5 minutes left, so let's have a look at gold. I'll need to share a different screen as it is on a different MT5. So bear with me, we'll have a look at gold. Did have some good moves in gold yesterday. Scalping it, trading it up, trading it down, taking it to where it was going. Got caught out towards the end of the night last night, but it was still moving nicely. Some nice fast moves, and then I took a trade just early morning this morning and took that back to a nice bit of profit. We're setting up $800 on the new 100,000 demo on that, just while I get my eye in on gold. But we were up almost 1,000, so let's share my screen if it'll let me choose a screen to share. What one is it? It is the Ace, that one. Ace screen. Right, let's see if that appears. Yeah, that's my gold screen. Nice. Okay. So how are we looking in gold? I think we only really need to look at the lower time frames because it is such a mover. But we'll have a quick look at H4 just out of habit. So H4 is still looking like it's going down, but it looks like the speed is going out of it, and that this spike to the downside may be just reversing it. In the actual bigger time frames, where are we going? Well, we're still going down, aren't we? Price action wise. But it does seem to have found a tightening range here. Yeah, we've got like this range of kind of, yeah, it's kind of moving in this range. It's not really moved since this spike down here, which was back wartime in Iran, with the United States attacking Iran. So we'll have a look at the lower time frames. So H4, I think we're down. We've hit a kind of peak here and wanting to turn, and it's not convincingly turned back to the upside, although the momentum is certainly running out. The 4 hour on the RSI, oh, you can't see the RSI. The 4 hour on the RSI here is doing a retest of the 50. It's still holding on the downside. So we're overall slightly down, I would say. But what's it doing in the moment? Right, so we've got this move down here. I've already drawn a fib on that, on the hourly. Can you see that a little bit better now? Yeah, that's better. Okay, so yeah, so we've got this nice move on the downside here. Where's it retraced to? Well, funnily enough, it's gone right through the 50 up to the 38 and kind of stalled in that area there. Could it still go back to the 23? Probably. Is it looking to do that? Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? Rejection here, indicating it doesn't really want to come back into this area. So where are we going? We've gone right through the volley midline and then it's come back to hug it again. And it looks like it's holding over the top of it here in the volley. So likely to want to go to the upper band from here. The MACD is meandering, coming together, and it's just going under there with a move to the upside. So it's up in the hour. It's up on the RSI, if you can see that, which you can't. Let's see if I can pull that in. The RSI is... Sorry, I've not got my screen set up correctly. Let's move that up there. Can we see the RSI now? Yeah, RSI certainly bounced right off that middle. A retest of the 50 on the RSI, and it's heading back for the upside. So we're fairly convincing that it's up on the hour, but it's not moving fast with much momentum. It's kind of just wanting to stick in the middle. So we don't have a convincing move yet, but that's certainly where it wants to go. Will it break through this midpoint on the support levels? Can it get as high as this high again? 23s on the fib here from that down move is your next logical target. If this volley opens up, that's likely to be the next retest of the top of the volley, if that's where it's going. Could it still move to the downside? Well, yeah, of course, but so we'll need to see what the lower time frames are doing, because I think what I've discovered in gold is you really need to line up with your 15 whilst you're actually in the trade. So the 15 looks like it wants to come back to the downside again, just to annoy us. And if that's going against the hour, we want a tight target. So in the meantime, it looks like if it breaks through that midline on the volley, it's probably wanting to go back here for 100 pips. Will our 5 minute give us a target? No. Certainly down in the 5 minute, wants to go lower. Will the minute give us a target? Yes. Is it 100 pips? No. Right, the minute's saying up. So 15 minutes saying down. 15 minutes saying up as well. 5 minutes saying down. It looks like it wants to come back to here. And then go down to here. So maybe 50 pips if it does that. So what we'll do is we'll put an order in here, coming down to there for 50 pips. That would be the scalp in the moment for me, with just a very cautious stop there. So let's see, is it going to give us that or not? So that would be $50 profit. It's not taking it yet. If it goes to it, then I'm out. $100 in the stop, so it's a negative risk reward. But yeah, it's going to take that already by the looks of it. I would say the trade's off. Not until it takes this fair value gap, but we'll keep an eye on that. Bear in mind, this is the minute chart, so we've not got much to go to there. The 9 o'clock candle is just gone, so we are now looking to get that volatility in the moment, which you could quite easily do. So we wanted to retrace or relax 20 pips in order to get our 50 pip move down. So we'll just keep an eye and see what that does. So that's on the minute. 5 minutes still looking downish. 15 minute, we said that was still down, and that was downish as well. And that was against the hour, which is looking uppish. So we're just seeing if it relaxes into here. There's potential move further down, but I would say it's looking up for the moment. But we'll take this and see if it does it. I think it probably wants to. Probably. Evan, just before we go, is saying, oh sorry, it's Will. Will, welcome back. See you all tonight for live trading, the 100 to 1000 account. Yeah, every day in the Discord, Will is live trading his 100 to 1000 pound dollar account. So do join him tonight. It's normally around about 7, depending on eating. Seems to be a common theme for Will to be slightly flexible with the time, but we all kind of just, Evan was in there last night as well, around about that time. I try and get in when I can, in between running around. So look forward to seeing them. So it's been great to have everyone today. That is now after 9 o'clock. I will update you in the Discord on what this trade does. It's just a little cheeky trade this morning on gold. A little scalp. That kind of fits with the way I've been approaching scalping gold. I'm not trading it to my usual rules in Forex. I'm just trying to find something that fits and get my eye into trading it. But it's been nice to see you all today. Much appreciated, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the same time. It's not going to be the 7 o'clock start tomorrow. It will be 8 AM tomorrow morning. So we'll look forward to seeing you then. Also, keep an eye on what euro dollar does. See if it does that move that I showed you earlier. Because we need to be. I would like to be more accountable and to see if what I'm saying does come to fruition or not. I suppose that's important too. But nice to see you all today. See you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye bye now.